Good everyone, welcome to this video. And today we have a combo request by Tanker for you 1234, and it's for the Stuh 42G and the German IL-2 1942, aka Hermann the German. This is going to be an interesting combo, that's for definite. I've certainly had more interesting combos. I mean, the Stuh's a good tank, but I know its name's the Sturmhaubitze, but I just call it the Stuh because it's the easiest way to just say it. And obviously the German IL-2 will come in very useful when it comes to ground forces, because obviously the German 250 kilogram bombs are excellent for the size that they are. They're really impressive bombs, because obviously you don't expect like a 250 pound bomb to be too effective, but obviously because it's in kilograms and not pounds, it's a lot more forgiving compared to a 250 pound bomb maybe on something like a, I don't know, something like a A36, and it just feels something more that I'm in control of. Like, I feel like I can control these bombs better than I can a 250 pounder. But obviously, with the 23mm cannons that the German IL-2 has, that will also come in handy. So let's go over the tank, because I don't think I've actually done a video on this tank. This is essentially a 105mm howitzer. It's not a bad gun, actually. It's a bit hard stock. And back in the day, it used to have, I think, 85 millimeters of penetration, which was okay, but nowadays it's 70, which is not great. So we're going to be running mostly heat. And to put it simply, that's just the way I'm going to have to do it, because 70 millimeters of pen will really struggle against most of the opponents that we'll see, and the heat round will easily go through the majority. But obviously, for our plane today, we do have the German IL-2. This is certainly a very good plane in good hands, and I'm pretty happy with the plane choice. I mean, I've had some good combos, I've had some bad combos, and yeah, that, this seems like a good one. Now the only issue is the Stuh has a 10.6 second reload, which is certainly not the worst that I've dealt with, but it certainly could be better. But we should be okay, I think. But like I say, it's just not something that I would like. The Stuh is definitely not one of the tanks I would choose at this BR. I'll turn on the rest as we go in. Um, and even on a map like this is a bad map for the Stuh because the Stuh has such a low muzzle velocity compared to its contemporaries. But that's not a huge concern to me. I can work at this sort of range because also we can angle the armor and bounce the majority of the competition, unless we're in this sort of BR, which is a full up tier. And that's the thing, like, full up tiers for me in tanks like this kind of render this tank pointless. Because at the end of the day, you've got 80mm of front armor, but when the majority of opponents, once the server decides to put me in the game, so I'm having server issues this morning, once the matchmaker gets us into a match like this, it's going to be a lot harder, and that's the thing, like, it's a lot harder to make a tank like this work, because if I just show the sight, if I just stop here and I'll show you the sight, so back up a minute, you can see what I mean by the sights. The sights are, because obviously it's a howitzer, it's not designed to do what we think it would do. And that's the thing, this howitzer is not what I would use on this map, right now. If I was to be in any tank, I'd want to be in Panzer 3L or that Panzer 4G, personally. Because at least I get the long 50 or the long 75 accordingly. Right, let's go for a shot. In fact, I'm going to move up first, because I need to... I can't really... Like, I'm a good bino shooter, but not at long range with a low velocity gun. Let's go there. Okay, that wasn't a bad shot, given the range. That certainly could have been better. The shot divergence was a bit high there. And Okay, looks like we hit some oblique armor. He's opening fire on me. Let's go for a shot at him. I guess he's at about the same range. I wasn't far off. I wasn't far off. But you can see what I mean. Like, because I'm familiar with some of the guns, it's not as big a deal for me. But it's still a big deal when you're at a range like this. I shouldn't have took that shot. But you can see what I mean. On a map like this tank is very hard to make work. But you can see we're just under constant enemy fire. And they have a better gun for this range, but we have the armor to shrug off their hits most of the time. So we'll wait for this smoke to clear. There's already someone who's captured the point. Or two guys have captured the point. R3 should have been there before them. Personally speaking, from experience. But look, you can see the enemy team. They're getting the bright idea to sit in their spawn and snipe, which is actually not that bad of a call. Okay, that wasn't far off the Zis. We are aiming for the Zis, so that's what we're trying to do. Okay, I just hit a T-50 that I never saw. See what I mean? Like, it's just not... Nope, a little bit low. But you can see what I mean. It's just a very hard gun to hit at range. I'm not used to this sort of long-range combat. And I know someone's going to pipe up, why don't you move in? Well, think about it. The further I move in, the more likely I'm going to get sniped from the side. Which, as you can tell, the enemy team are moving to the sides. I see something there. Looks like a KV. Let's go for... there. Did that even do anything, or is that a dead tank? I don't think he's alive, you know. Let's go for a shot on him. Okay, we got a hit, but we hit the transmission. Yeah, if it was down to me, I wouldn't have even spawned on this map in this tank. Yeah, okay, there we go. Kill number one. Like I said, we're not off to a good start, purely on the basis of this is a bad map for this tank. And I'd actually argue that most of the teammates have a better gun for this job. That was a good shot. I didn't think I'd make that. Kill number two. We've got plenty for the plane. The problem is, we're at a very bad spot, and that is a Churchill rolling up on my team. So if I remember rightly, the range was about 800 for that distance. I wasn't far off, about 750 give or take. 750, 770. Let's go about there. Ricochet just a tiny bit higher. I think after we at least cripple this Churchill, we'll jump in the plane. Okay, got the gunner. Looks like we've got the breach. Well, no, that was absorbed by the coax. Okay. Okay, see that T-50? He was at about 900 meters. Let's range for 1,000 though. Yeah, about there is where I'd predict. We'll go jump in that plane as soon as we can, so we'll do that after one more shot. Ah, fuck yeah, I'm just gonna go in the plane. Clearly my range finding is not very good, but given the map, I'm surprised we got that result. Just because of how hard it is to actually range in with a howitzer on that map. You can see, if we were to gotten that Zis with that shot, we would have been dead. That is for definite. Okay, our guns split. No, they're not. That proves I've not been flying Herman all that much. Because whenever I fly Herman, I split guns. That's a P-38 and something else. But yeah, this kind of map sucks for this tank. If I had a 50mm or a 75, it'd be fine. Because, well, the 50 will will struggle, but it'll at least do some better work. And well, he wants an add-on, doesn't he? That was a spark. I saw that. Okay, P-38 wants a tango. I would make a reference to a film, but not many people get it, so I'm not going to say it. And it's a P-38E. I'm just kicking puppies at this point. If anyone wants to hear the reference, it's you want to tango with a Rango. It's quite a simple one to understand. Okay, what's on that cap? Nothing, and that is a shit ton of anti-aircraft. Oh. Okay. I think we needed that. Alright, drop the bombs just to lighten the load. Small problem. We don't have anything to control the rear of the aircraft. We just have the rudder. Well, this is gonna get a little funky, isn't it? This is gonna get very awkward. Now, it is possible to fly an IL-2 like this, it's just very hard. Well, the airfield's not far, but we've got to make this thing not pitch up, and the problem is it wants to pitch. This thing wants to pitch. And if it flips, we've got a major issue. Now, normally I would just jump out, but as you can tell, we don't have the SP to get in another plane, so we're just gonna try and fly this thing back to base. Typical though, like, first match of the day, and I get my tail freaking blown off. Landing this thing's gonna be very interesting. No, don't pitch, don't pitch, don't pitch, don't pitch. I can't stop it from pitching, and it wants to stall. Don't pitch, don't pitch. Thank you. I don't know what causes the pitch, to be brutally honest. I guess it's the lift from the wings, but let's be real, this thing's a bit of a heavy bastard either way. Right, we're coming in at way too high a speed, and this thing wants to pitch again. Like, come on. Stop pitching. No, we are dead. There's no way I'm getting us out of this one. Oh, Jesus. Come on. Come on. Calm down. Calm down, Herman. Calm down. I know it's painful to have most of your rear end took off, but you're gonna have to live with it for now. Keep power on, gear down. Alright, use the 23s for brakes. Retract the flaps, and it's pitching again. God damn it. No, 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 no. Okay, gear up. Because if we keep the gear down, it's just gonna make it more awkward. Right, just pop the landing flaps to... Nope, that's made it worse. That's made it worse. Shit. Okay, this is gonna hurt. That was actually smoother than I was expecting. Can we repair? Yes, we can. It's a 2-minute repair, so I'll cut to when I've repaired. That was actually kind of lucky. I didn't think I was able to pull that off. I'll see you back in the battle. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get back in the air by the time the match ended, but... Oh well. I was able to land this thing so well. Well, I say well. More like, luckily. Shame we couldn't really do anything in Herman, but when you lose your elevator to the sheer amount of, well, your entire tail section apart from the rudder and the vertical stabilizer to AAA fire, and to be honest, the Cromwell driver did a cracking shot, which I have to give him credit for. But, like I say, that's just how it works sometimes. But hey, at least we got to take out a P-38E who is quite cocky. Don't fly the P-38E, it sucks. It's the only P-38 that I don't like. But let's put it this way: this combo is good. Just don't get a map like that, and don't get ballsy when it comes to flying towards anti-aircraft fire, because it won't pay off, as we clearly saw. And you kind of have to get lucky on a landing approach. But to be fair, IL-2s you can land on the belly. It's just very awkward to do so, and you have to do it much slower than what I did. But we managed it in the end, so that's always a positive. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys off. I've got two other combo requests to do because everyone gives me combo requests now. Probably because Fly doesn't do many of them anymore. But I hope you enjoyed today's video on the IL-2 1942 for the Germans and the Stuh 42 used as a long-range artillery, well, anti-tank piece. Not exactly the best way to use it, but it works. And well, I'll catch you all on the next one.